Boom. Here we go. It's time, baby. January the 25th, 2024. It's time to shake, rattle, and hum. Time for the morning word. So get your little coffee cup, pour you some of that Java, the flavor of your choice of flavor, and get your Bible, lay it in front of you, and let's have a morning word. And I'm going to see if I can get you guys dialed up. Here in Alabama, I asked my wife, I think it was Beth yesterday, it might have been somebody else. I said, what's the forecast? She said, rain. I said, for how long? She said, till Friday. So we're looking at rain, all right? So let's rise and shine. Hey, Gary Skipper, what's up, buddy? What is up? You doing good? Rise and shine, folks. Put your feet on the floor. Let's get with the program. Hey, Kim Barnett. Good morning to you, Gary. Missy Ramsey, good morning. Diane, how are y'all? Robin, how you doing? Good to see you. There's my Miss Mary. Tell them, Kim. Cynthia, I got your message on Messenger. Hey, Diane. Yes, ma'am. And to Desiree. Desiree, you already worked out? You got Jeff up and got your workout in? Hey, Sharon. Sharon, get Paul up if he's not already up, and get Buster up. Just tell him I said it's time to hit the floor. Hey, Chris. Hey, Jim Mathis. What's up, Randy? Randy, did you get your pick line out? How'd all that go? Hey, Brandy. Yes, sir. You too, Mr. Jim. There's Jim Pennington. Helping people land on their feet. Hey, David. Good morning. Here we go, Brandy. Tell them, sweetie. Patricia Stacy. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you again this morning. I hope all is well with you and your family and your new grandchild. I know you having fun with her. Hey, Camellia. Hey, Joanne. Oh, Dad's just getting over the flu. Well, tip of the hat to you for being up. Hey, Clarence. I got you. Hey, Paul. Hey, Buster. Buster, you want to come spend the night at my house? Tell Paul. Tell Paul right there you want to come spend the night at my house. Hey, Miss Kilo. Good morning to you in Texas. Hey, Sherry. Who did I just miss? Okay. Hey, Juliet. Paul, ask Buster if he want to come to my house. Tell him to get his bone in his bowl and come on with it. Hey, Tina. He can spend the night at my house. Playing on a roof in a thunderstorm. Oh, my gosh. What's the deal? Hey, Tina. Hey, Sherry. He's ready. All right. Load him up. Tell him I got 2 German Shepherds that he can whip their tail and come back in the house act like nothing happened. Good for you, Randy. Hey, Rhonda. Tell Bubba Leon I said good morning. Hey, Miss Sue Anders. Look at you. I saw your wonderful daughter, your beautiful daughter. Hey, Nick. Casey Actually, I saw her at Shelton State the other day. I went to pick up a book for Elena, and she was in there getting a book saying she was getting her, master's degree or nurse practitioner degree? I don't know. But yes, sir, he is, Randy. But it was good to see her, and she looks wonderful. I know she's tickled about her family. Hi, Tyler. And you are too, of course. Hey, Tyler, I got a job for you. It's at North River Christian Academy, and there's a place about this big, about almost as big as a basketball, where one of the basketball players the other night in a game ran against the wall, put his hands up. I don't know if it was his hands or his head, but it went right through the sheetrock. So we need a sheetrock repair about the size of a basketball, and we need it painted to match. You're hired for the job. Just go do it. Send me the bill. I'll get you paid. I'm good for the money. All righty. Y'all ready? Cups up. Toast to the morning word crowd. God bless you, and God bless America. All right? Shout out to all of our school teachers. Hey, Joe Perkins. Shout out to all of our school teachers, our first responders, our military personnel, our police officers. Thank you so much for what you do. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Eric. Okay, we are going to be in Mark. We're going to be in, let me see here. We are going to be in Mark chapter 4. Mark chapter 4. Verse 34. And you just tell them when you knock on the door, you tell them, Pastor Randy sent me to fix the hole in the wall. They'll know what you're talking about in the gym. They'll know. I'll call and tell them this morning you coming. All right, here we go. Mark chapter 4, verse 35. On the same day when evening had come, he said to them, let us cross over to the other side. Now when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was. And other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern asleep on a pillow. If you want to know what the stern is, the bow is the front, the stern is the back. He's in the back of the boat on a pillow. And they awoke him and said to him, Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? Then he arose and rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said to one another, Who can this be? Now these are the disciples. Who can this be that even the wind and the sea obey him? The morning word this morning, we're just going to briefly go over this morning, is panic or pillow. You see, the disciples were in a situation where they panicked. And you've heard all the stories. You've heard this story told 1,000 times about they were seasoned professionals on the water. They fished for a living. This must have been a pretty intense, horrific storm for them to all panic and think that they were going to die because their boat was going to sink from the water coming over the side in it. So they are panicking because they think, number one, and I don't know how they came to this understanding, but most likely they had this, that Jesus is unaware of their situation. Really? That Jesus is unaware. He's in a boat that's filling up with water. He's asleep. And he doesn't know, okay? He doesn't know that they're in trouble. Or number two, he doesn't know, but maybe he does know, but he's unconcerned, okay? And we are like that. The reason I say that is we're always like that. We always think when something happens to us in our life, we panic when things are immediately out of our control and we feel like that we are perishing. Maybe literally, like with a disease, or trapped in a car, or a house that's burning, or we're trapped in a situation that we can't turn around. You know, divorce papers have been filed. Kids have run away from home. Kids have been abducted. And whatever it is, but immediately a sense of panic comes in because we are out of control and our security, both here and in the world that we have imagined for ourselves or planned for ourselves, is being threatened. Okay? That the story of my life looks like it has an end that I didn't plan on. Okay? So those things cause us to panic. But Jesus is on a pillow. That's the morning word, panic or pillow. Now Jesus is on a pillow. Okay? And he is modeling for us, as Jason Poole said last night. All right? Who am I in the story? Okay? So we have disciples and we have Jesus. Well, we're most often, if not most of the time, all the time, we're like the disciples. We panic in situations. We just panic. We just lose it. And we feel like somebody needs to tell Jesus what the situation here is, because I know that if he knows what it is, he'll come do something about it. He's just chilling. He's just asleep. He is doing something. Help me say it right, Lord. He is doing something about it. He's chilling. He's modeling for us how we are supposed to approach the storms of life. We're not supposed to panic. We're supposed to lay down on a pillow. We're supposed to choose the pillow. Now, what does the pillow look like in our life? What is the pillow? Okay? What is the pillow in the story? The pillow for us is the assurance. It's the assurance that Jesus is with us. That's our pillow. Jesus is with us, and as such is aware of the situation, of what is going on. Number two, even though nothing is changing around us, having the pillow of comfort, of assurance that Jesus is with us. Number two, we have the comfort and the assurance that Jesus is in control. Jesus is in control while he's on the pillow, while he is asleep. And the proof of that is that when he wakes up, he rebukes them for their lack of faith and then calms the wind and the storm, meaning that the wind and the storm is under his authority at all times, even while he is not doing anything about it. That means that anything going on in our life, even though Jesus, who is sovereign over it, is not doing anything about it seemingly at that time, he is still in control. At any moment, Jesus can speak a word and it all comes under his authority. It all changes. But even if it doesn't, the reason here's what he says. He said, "Why are you so fearful?" And they're going, the boat's filling up with water. And then he asks this question, how is it? And this question, these two questions are posed to me and you. I know I'm like you. Most of the time we default to panic. We don't grab the pillow of assurance. We don't grab the pillow of faith. And we just fly apart like a $2 suitcase whenever we're put under a strain or a stress. But Jesus says, why are you so fearful? Okay, you and I need to answer that question. And then it says, how is it that you have no faith? Here we are learning right here. You and I have the benefit of learning from the disciples' mistakes. They're letting their mind and their hearts run away from them instead of resting in faith. And then he asked him, he said, why are you afraid? And why is it? Well, he answers that first question for him. You know the reason you and I the reason you and I are so afraid that we panic, you know why? We don't have any faith. Not very much of it. He already answered that question. Why is it you're so fearful? Well, I don't know. Well, he said, why is it that you have no faith? There's the answer. We don't have any faith. But why don't we? Why don't we? We're learning right here that he is sovereign over the wind, over the seas. Hurricanes are under his control. Tornadoes are under his control. Wildfires are under his control. Earthquakes are under his control. If you want to talk about nature, here we see Jesus is sovereign over nature. In chapter 5, he's sovereign over the demon forces as he cast out demons from a demon-possessed man. And then we go on to the next story in chapter 5, where Jairus' daughter dies, and Jesus tells Jairus, don't be afraid. Why? I'm sovereign over death. He goes and raises from the dead. So right there in 3 pages of my Bible, in 4 chapters, and in the actual passage of time, maybe a couple of days, Jesus exercises, demonstrates, shows, reveals that as the Son of God, at all times, he's the Son of God, that he is sovereign over the elements of the earth, over demons, over sickness and disease. And then he turns around, and when we are put in those situations where we're under demonic attack, where we are subjected to horrific outcomes in nature, or whether we have death in our family, or we're facing death ourselves, here's the common theme that Jesus was communicating to us, to them then, and to us now. Don't be afraid. What is the pillow? That he is with me, that he is always in control. There is nothing that he's not in control of. Well, why don't you change it? Well, that's a different story, right? Why don't you change it? Well, he's going to change it in due season. But until then, we trust him. We have to trust him. If my house burns down or falls apart in an earthquake, I have to trust him. He's with me. He cares. He's in control. Okay? If my family is under spiritual attack, if I'm fighting some sort of addiction or whatever, I have to know. I don't have to be afraid. He's with me. He cares. He's in control. If people are around me and close to me are dying, sick, facing death, or I get a diagnosis that I'm sick, facing death, I should not panic. I should grab the pillow of comfort that is the assurance that he's with me, that he cares, and that he's in control. That's it, guys. Faith is not getting your way. It's not Jesus always giving us our way. He has proven to us through the scriptures that he is worthy not only of our praise, but of our trust. He's in control. And there is a due season. Now, Jesus was not going to change this storm until they cried out and panicked. Okay? And I'm not saying that we shouldn't pray and ask and believe God to do miracles. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that God's positive response to our prayer are not the foundation of our faith. The foundation of our faith is that he's with us, he cares, and he's in control. He's God with us, he cares, he's in control. He's God with us, he cares, he's in control. They said, who is this guy that even the wind and the waves obey him? He's God. He's the Lord. He created it all. And it's something that we just continually, I need to continually, you need to continually just go over in our mind, condition our spirit to be mindful of the fact that God is with us. God is with us. The big G-O-D. I get so frustrated when I see people write God with a little g. If they write it with a little g, they ain't talking about the big G. Okay? God is in control. God loves us. He cares. And God is in control. He's God. He cares. He's in control. And those are things that we just have to, use as the pillow for the rest of our soul. That's what our soul rests in. Every single day that we get up. It doesn't matter if he's moving the mountain or the mountain never moves. The pillow of our faith, the pillow that we sleep on, is the assurance of a resurrected Savior, that he's God, that he cares, and that he's in control. And eventually, here's what happens. The storm ends and the boat, that's what we're in. And what is the boat in our life right now? The boat is life. It's just life. And eventually, the boat reaches its destination. The storm eventually ends. Guys, listen to me now. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help me. The storm eventually ends. It doesn't last forever. And the boat, that is your life, eventually gets to where it's supposed to be. And Jesus is with you. Due season. Just find the pillow. Just let that be your pillow when your boat is filling up with water and you feel like you're going down. Just let that boat be let that pillow be your strength. Rest your heart. Rest your mind. We've got to rest our mind, rest our heart on the pillow of the fact that God is with us, God cares, and God is in control. It's just that simple. I hope you guys have a great day, even in the rain. And even, hopefully, I hate it for some of us that the water of this world is filling up our boat and we feel like we're drowning. Hold on, baby. It ain't over yet. We'll see you tomorrow. Good Lord.